All right, guys, welcome in. This is UFC Fight Night Bautista versus Oliveera, and we're going to do a little recap from UFC 325, if you allow me to do that. And this is GNP MMA, the new UFC Pick'em show from AJ Let's Talk Sports. It's hope you guys are watching this and hope you guys be able to transfer over. I've been posting it quite a bit on my AJ Let's Talk Sports posts, so hopefully you all see that and then transfer over for some UFC Pick'em show, because I know a lot of you came on my AJ Let's Talk Sports. So I'm just hoping, I got 2 subscribers, so word of mouth isn't really going to be doing anything. Hopefully you guys figure it out. I don't know how else to tell you. So lightweight, this one actually was a performance of the night on the main card, UFC 325. So this was the Australian Sawkilled versus Malarkey, both Australians. Sawkilled gets the performance of the night and gets a submission in round 1, 3 minutes, 2 seconds. Fast, boom, easy, and that's how you do it. Now, Tai Tuivasa versus Talasan Teixeira. That one kind of sucked for me because I was doing pretty good on my 3-leg parlays all throughout the card. I didn't get a hit. I didn't hit any. I missed by one, almost every single one. But Tuivasa was one of them. It just didn't look like he could get up. It went to a decision. And if he could probably get up and stand and bang, it'd be a lot better. But what is that, 6 fights, losing streak in a row? Is he going to stay in the UFC? Is Dana White going to cut him? I don't know. All right, lightweight. Another performance of the night. Fiziev versus Rufi. Rufi gets the knockout in the second. Very well done. Rufi gets the win. He was at a minus 125. I had Fiziev and didn't do well. All right, so Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint Denis. I had the Hangman. That didn't go very well either. And Saint Denis looked dominant against Dan Hooker. Is Dan Hooker going to be staying in UFC or not? I don't know. Volkanovski versus Lopez, fight of the night honors. Volk was at a minus 150. Lopez was at a plus 125. Really close fight. But in this one, really close odds. But in the fight, Volkanovski pretty much dominated again. Pretty much did the same thing as he did in the last fight. I mean, got to give props to Diego Lopez. Seems like he had I believe he had 2 broken legs or ankles. 2 broken ankles. Volkanovski, broke your ankles, boy. That's hilarious. But anyway, so Volk gets the win. 37 years old. Dude's like just beasting it, dude. Tearing him apart. His footwork is phenomenal. Pushing 40 years old. Still looks like he's 25. Let's go get it, Alexander Volkanovski, for them old heads. Now we're going to be taking a look at UFC Fight Night Bautista versus Oliveera. And hopefully we get a bunch of finishes in this one, because you never know what's going to happen. They have a lot on this main card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't like when they do 6-fight main cards. This is actually going to start a little early. Saturday, February 7th at the Apex. It's called the Meta Apex. It's not called the UFC Apex. They might have changed the name. If you know, I don't know. So it's Meta Apex in Las Vegas at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So it used to start at 10, and then they started at 9. Now they're starting at 8 this weekend, which is nice. I like that. Early prelims looks like it starts at 5 on Paramount Plus only, and that's it. So you got Dustin Jacoby versus Julius Walker. Now, this is going to be a really good fight, I believe. So the key factors here, Jacoby's a veteran and he's very savvy. Now, Walker is very unpredictable. Often leads to exciting stand-up matches. So Jacoby is a seasoned striker with power. Walker is an up-and-comer with an unbeaten record, showing potential at high weight advantages here. So Julius Walker, look out for him at the light heavyweight against Jacoby. You might want to pick him. The up-and-comer. All right, next. Jean Matsumoto versus Farid Basharat in the bantamweight division. Basharat, he arrives with an undefeated record and momentum, while Matsumoto is seen as a tough test to slow him down. Basharat's youth and activity may give him an edge on the feet, but Matsumoto's unorthodox attack patterns can disrupt rhythm. So who do you got in this one? Give me Basharat, the undefeated youngster, coming in to get the dub. All right, here we go. Now I can't pronounce his name very well. Michelle Oleksiejczuk versus Marc-Andre Baralt in the middleweight division. So the Canadian versus Poland Power in the middleweight at 185. I should be 185, but I'm not 185. I'm way bigger than that. So, taking a look. 2 heavy hitters with knockout potential. This bout is statistically fight or be finished. And this is how the fights, the old school fights, 10 plus years ago, when people actually came to knock your head off or rip your arm off or choke you out. Now it seems like everybody tries to point and win a decision, tries to play it safe. I hope we can bring this back, the old school mindset back to the UFC, where you got to get a finish to move up. If you just keep on getting decisions, pointing out 30-28s, 30-28s, 30-27s, I wish that people would get cut. And then the lay and pray people, I wish they would get cut. But Oleksiejczuk tends to pressure and mix takedown attempts with strikes. Baralt thrives in firefights. Now expect a high variance fight that could end quickly in either direction. So you never know what's going to really happen, but it's going to be a stand and banger on this one. Potential fight of the night honors. Going to Almeida versus Kanaev in the heavyweights. Almeida is a grappling-centric heavyweight with elite control. Now, Kanaev offers striking power and a willingness to stand and trade. Now, there's some key questions here. Can Kanaev keep this on the feet and exploit Almeida's relative cautiousness, or will Almeida slow the pace with takedowns and control? This is another grappler that he's going to want to take you down and take the pace and slow it down, grind it out, and go to a decision and get the win because he was just laying on top the whole entire time. I'm sure he's going to be trying to force submissions and all that stuff if he sees an opening. But give me... this is going to be a tough one for me. I would probably go... I'll probably just go with Almeida. I've been talking crap about him, but the Brazilian gets the win. Now we're going to go into the co-main event. Co-main event time. And this is Amir Abazi versus Kyoji Horiguchi. I hope I said that right. Abazi brings dynamic scrambling and takedown prowess, while Horiguchi, a veteran with elite striking and counter skills, enters as the betting favorite. So, depending on what kind of fighter you like, I'll go with that. But when I'd like to see how much the veterans and the young bloods statistically win and loss ratio. If you guys have that, send it to me in the comments. That'd be sweet. I mean, that's a big research opportunity there if you guys like researching. So Horiguchi, a veteran with elite striking and counter skills, enters as a betting favorite. This clash is more of a pure matchup of speed and precision versus athletic aggression. So Abazi, he's the athletic dude. Horiguchi has speed and precision and technical. I usually like those technical fighters. Both of these guys are probably going to be doing stand and banging as well. So 2 fight of the night honors going back to back on them in the co-main event. If Abazi can keep the fight in transitions, he can avoid extended striking exchanges where Horiguchi excels. So, who do you got? I'm glad you asked because this is going to be a toss-up for me. But give me Abazi. Aggressive style. Now we're going into the main event of the evening. Mario Bautista versus Vinicius Oliviera at bantamweight. I like Mario Bautista. I like him a lot. He's sitting there at number 9. He's in the top 10. Oliveira is just sitting out of the top 10 at 11. So this is a headline 5-round fight with significant divisional implications. Now, a win here, it could push them and catapult them into a title eliminator contention in 2026. So it's anxious to see big-time implications on this fight in this main card. So Mario Bautista, he's well-rounded with wrestling, grappling, and consistent striking output. He's got 6 submissions, by the way, in his career. He recently snapped an 8-fight win streak against Umar Nurmagomedov, but he showed his resilience and skill in that defeat, though. Now, he's a top-level experience. He's got pace, and he's got wrestling balance. Now, Oliveira, check it. He's 4-0, undefeated. He's got a mix of stoppages and dominant decisions, and he's known for his power and aggression. So recent media buzz about extreme weight cuts and potential cardio concerns in later rounds, though. So that might be a concern here with him getting the weights. So I think they do that tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes. So he's got an explosive offense, and he's big, and he's unproven over 25 minutes against top 10 competition. So it's unclear what's going to happen. We don't know. That's why they fight. Undefeated fighter versus a dude had an 8-fight winning streak going on. Mario Bautista is really awesome. I like him a lot. Bautista's game thrives on sustained pressure, pace, and layered attacks. Oliveira's explosiveness could make early rounds chaotic, but if Bautista drags the fight into championship distance, his experience with grinding and tactical volume may be decisive in that one. So the odds makers give a slight edge to Bautista, but both outcomes are live. Observers note that Oliveira's power makes him dangerous early, while Bautista's cardio and wrestling could carry late. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Mario Bautista on this one. I really like Mario Bautista, and especially he's American against the Brazilian. He's actually a favorite right now. It's not closed yet, but he's at a minus 175. It's pretty much a pick'ems. At Oliveira is at plus 150, but Mario Bautista gets the win, and that's how you get the job done, boys. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Love you guys. God bless. Tip the wagers.